What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE sent into chaos as Jey Uso wasn't supposed to win the match, a huge name to induct AJ Styles, all of the returns on Raw, the real reason for Brock Lesnar's open challenge, is Vince McMahon buying back WWE, a WWE moment kept top secret, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. As always, we won't recap the show, but just provide you with the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. There is one today. As always, we start off with the good, is number 1, Cody on Raw. A Cody Rhodes on Raw just makes logical sense. Whenever the American Nightmare is present on Raw, he just seems to have a different energy level compared to when he's on SmackDown. Whilst his appearance on Raw was mainly to honor AJ Styles, his confrontation with Gunther backstage received a huge pop, and there's definitely interest in a featured feud between the two former world champions at some point in 2026. Number 2, improvisation. Now, at least credit should be offered to Jey Uso and El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable, when Bronson Reed injured his bicep during the opening match on Raw, as the new match finish was quickly delivered right on the fly. Jey Uso now finds himself in the chamber match, and fans are already concerned that Jey is gonna run it back in the Elimination Chamber match itself. And he ran it back at the Rumble, so might as well do the Elimination Chamber next, right? This guy would run it back in an Inferno match. And AJ honored. Now, AJ Styles officially said goodbye to the WWE fans on Raw in a classy segment which surprisingly didn't have any twists or major turns. AJ was given the platform he deserved, and it was also revealed the legendary wrestler will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame during WrestleMania 42 weekend. This was a beautiful moment, and WWE absolutely nailed it. They had AJ's family in attendance, they had wrestlers from his past in TNA and WWE, including bringing the Good Brothers back for this segment. This is how you do a proper retirement. Even having the WWE roster on the stage, and even after Raw joining him in the ring, was a lovely touch. We're just wondering whether Io Sky got to see anything, as she was behind Omos of all people. Then again, you could put Kane behind him and they still wouldn't be able to see. The only little negative thing that I will say about the segment was having that stupid logo on the mat, as when AJ Styles put his vest and gloves on the mat, all you could see was that bright, stupid Slim Jim logo. Kinda ruined the image just a little bit, but only just a little bit. But that was a good. What about the bad? Is number 1, the downfall of the Vision needs to be studied. The Vision stable is really failing to click. The group, now that Bron Breakker is off TV, feels like numerous single stars thrown together rather than a collective unit. There's a distinct lack of chemistry, and with Bronson Reed also now injured, it could be time for WWE to go in a different direction. Number 2, a pointless segment. The Brock Lesnar segment could have been an email. Lesnar returned to Raw, and it was revealed that he will be working numerous Raw dates on the road to WrestleMania, and he'll be having an open challenge at WrestleMania. The crowd firmly wanted Obafemi to challenge Lesnar, but when nobody surfaced, it once again completely deflated the crowd. We know WWE could save it for another date, but it just fell flat. Number 3, the Liv Morgan segment. Fans on social media were questioning if there was something wrong with their Netflix stream on Raw. During the Liv Morgan-Stephanie Vaquer-Jade Cargill segment, the crowd was completely silent. Seeing as this is a world title match for WrestleMania, there's major concern, and hopefully the story picks up in the coming weeks. The fans had theorized that due to it being obvious that Morgan was going to pick Vaquer, the crowd didn't feel the need to invest in the segment, but even still, these are supposedly top stars and at least deserve some type of reaction. And where was AJ Lee? AJ Lee was present on Raw backstage, but for some reason wasn't even used on the show. Seeing as AJ only works limited dates and a feud with Becky Lynch isn't exactly the hottest feud in the entire world, it's a questionable call to leave AJ off the show completely. But that was the good, the bad, and what about the downright ugly, as the crowd? The crowd definitely played a big factor in how Raw was received last night. The crowd didn't seem enthusiastic at all about the majority of the segments, and their lack of response to the Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer segment was really disappointing. Definitely the highlight of this Raw was AJ's tribute. It was beautifully done and very well received. Apart from the crowd being an absolute stinker, this was a good Raw. What did you guys think of the red brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Now, first story looks at WWE sent into chaos as Jey Uso wasn't supposed to win. Our top story today looks at last night's Raw as disaster struck WWE once again. During the opening match, Bronson Reed was seen nursing his bicep. Seconds later, during the commercial break, the referee called for the X sign, and this is when fans knew that something was seriously wrong with Bronson Reed. Reed's involvement in the match was brought to an immediate end, and the two wrestlers in the triple threat match, that being El Grande and Jey Uso, were then forced to come up with a new finish on the fly. It was revealed via numerous sources including WrestleVotes that the original finish was to see Reed win and then advance into the Elimination Chamber match. This means that the original plans for the Chamber were to see former world champion JEY USO omitted. Now this injury has come at a terrible time for WWE and Bronson Reed. They're only 7 weeks away from WrestleMania, and Reed has been given a revived push of late in the aftermath of Bron Breakker's injury. Reed would even miss last year's WrestleMania event due to an injury, and now it looks like a similar situation is going to occur, and he's going to miss WrestleMania 42, 2 WrestleManias in a row. Now there's no news as of yet in relation to how severe Reed's bicep injury is, but the fact that he was pulled from action immediately is a rather telling sign that the injury is bad. The division now doesn't have a single wrestler present in the faction that was originally in the group, and the group has truly been cursed with injuries. Some fans on social media today are calling for the faction just to end, as it's not benefiting any of the names involved, but it's unclear if WWE has any plans to do this. Paul Heyman was repositioned at the side of Brock Lesnar once again on Raw, so it's possible that Heyman is mainly associated with Lesnar, whilst WWE work out how to handle a Vision's future. It's also very possible that WWE might nix revealing the Masked Man at Elimination Chamber. If Bronson Reed was supposed to be involved in the Chamber match, then they would have had a reason for the Masked Man to appear. But now since no Vision member is in the Chamber, or even on the PLE, there's no need for him to appear and maybe unmask and reveal himself. But people aren't taking JEY USO's win very well, as he's got major backlash again. Now even though both JEY USO and El Grande Americano had to come up with a finish on the fly, they may have had an audible during the match from the referee that Jay was now going to win, and he did just that. However, fans are not taking this very well on social media. People don't want to see JEY USO in the world title picture again. And this is very telling on YouTube, as a video of JEY USO qualifying for the Elimination Chamber now has over 15,000 dislikes and only over 5,000 likes. The comments were no better, as one of them said, "We're tired of this dancing clown." He also got called out for no selling the ankle lock. Next up, a huge name to induct AJ Styles. It was confirmed on Raw last night that AJ Styles will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in April, but now there's speculation on who could induct him, with names such as Kazarian, Abyss, and even the Good Brothers being thrown out there. And speaking of Abyss, this was the first time in WWE history that they've shown Abyss in character, as a man behind the mask, Christopher Park, is normally seen out of character behind the scenes as an agent. But when it comes to WWE's choice, they're hoping that John Cena agrees to do the honor, and this news comes from the reputable outlet Body Slam. Cena inducting AJ makes a ton of sense, as AJ is without question Cena's biggest and greatest WWE rival. This likely all depends on Cena's availability, but he's a close personal friend of AJ, so it's likely that Cena would welcome the commitment. The 2026 Hall of Fame class currently includes Stephanie McMahon and of course AJ Styles, and it's unclear who is headlining, but reports late last year suggested that McMahon would be the featured name in the class of 2026. Next up, a WWE moment was kept top secret last night. Now, The Undertaker returned to WWE television last night to announce AJ Styles' Hall of Fame induction, and this moment was made even greater due to the fact that AJ had zero idea that it was coming. That's right, according to the Wrestling Observer, the news was kept top secret, and AJ had no idea that he was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame yesterday. Now, this was definitely the right way to do it, and this was the same approach WWE took when The Undertaker announced Stephanie McMahon's induction last year. Fans have joked online that this is Taker's new gimmick, and he's gone from an undead zombie to a man that announces that a wrestler's career is being honored in the biggest way imaginable. He's now become the Induct Taker. Next up, all the huge returns on Raw. Raw last night featured a stacked lineup as WWE decided to bring a number of names from SmackDown plus free agents to appear on AJ Styles' tribute show. The full list of talent who appeared on the show is as follows: Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, the Good Brothers are Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, Mishin, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Frankie Kazarian, Abyss, Rockstar Spud, P.T. Williams, Jeremy Borash, Omos, The Undertaker, and WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. Next up, Jade Cargill's WrestleMania opponent revealed. Liv Morgan officially selected Stephanie Vaquer as a WrestleMania opponent last night on Raw, and this means that the Women's Elimination Chamber on Saturday will determine who faces Cargill at WrestleMania. In terms of the favorite to win the match, according to a new report from Self-Made, WWE is strongly considering a match between Cargill and Rhea Ripley. It's looking increasingly like Bianca may not be able to wrestle on the show, even if she's planning to appear. Jade and Rhea is something that they've always kind of kept in their back pocket. If worse comes to worse, they could just have Rhea win the Elimination Chamber and face Jade. The report added that certain planned matches for WrestleMania within the women's division are being rewritten. So I say all that to say it's very much in play. I can tell you this, as recently as last week, they were still changing the women's matches for WrestleMania. That doesn't necessarily mean the main matches, but possibly the surrounding matches connected to the title bouts. They're trying to figure out what to do with the other women who aren't competing for one of the main championships. Like I said, they were still adjusting the women's matches as of last week. Jade vs Ripley was very much in play the last time I heard from sources. There's definitely a concern that WWE are still changing matches just 7 weeks before the show. This goes to show that WWE is currently an unorganized mess. This shouldn't be happening when it comes to their signature event. Next up, the real reason for Brock Lesnar's open challenge. Brock Lesnar's Raw appearance has fans talking, and it's not exactly for positive reasons. Lesnar's appearance was labeled as a big waste of time by many, and the main purpose of the segment was for Lesnar and Paul Heyman to reveal that he will be delivering an open challenge at WrestleMania this year. Our fans have been wondering why WWE has gone down this route, and based on what we know currently, there are 3 crucial reasons why WWE has decided to book this approach. Firstly, they don't know Brock Lesnar's opponent. Now this sounds crazy, but every single week a new report surfaces that states that WWE is rewriting the WrestleMania match card, and this likely extends to Lesnar. Booking Lesnar in an open challenge allows WWE to work out who they want Lesnar to face on the grand stage. Initial rumors suggested Gunther, then Obafemi, then LA Knight, but there's no signs that these names are going to feud with Lesnar, so it's unclear what direction WWE is actually going in. The second is that they're letting injuries play out. Seth Rollins may need a new opponent for WrestleMania, especially if Bron Breakker isn't cleared in time. Rollins and Lesnar have established history, and it's well documented just how much Lesnar loves working with Rollins. Lesnar may be pushing to work with him, and this could provide WWE a sensible and somewhat safe option if Rollins vs Breakker is unable to go ahead. And it makes WrestleMania unpredictable. Whilst not confirmed, based on how the open challenge angle was presented on TV, it appears that we won't know who is going to face Lesnar until WrestleMania weekend. This means that there will be rampant speculation when it comes to Lesnar's opponent. This is something that WWE love, as they will do anything for social media engagement. It is a risky approach, as Lesnar is booked for the majority of Raws on the road to Mania. If we witness 5 weeks of Lesnar and Heyman repeating the same promo, it's going to get old very fast. Hopefully WWE shakes things up by having names step up to Lesnar, only for them to be taken out quickly on television, which will ultimately set the stage for a bigger name to challenge Lesnar on the grand stage of Mania. And finally, a wild rumor is Vince McMahon buying back WWE. Our final story today looks at a big rumor relating to Vince McMahon potentially buying back WWE. Yesterday, a report went viral across numerous social media platforms, and the report stated that McMahon was going to buy back WWE with the help of Saudi Arabia-based investment. However, we hate to burst your bubble, but numerous reputable outlets have confirmed that this is absolutely false, and even Shaw Rossap was quick to shut down the rumors on social media. Sadly, there's a ton of fake news stories circulating social media right now, specifically concerning Vince McMahon, and it's always important to check the source to determine the credibility of the report itself. But there you have it folks, our look at Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.